Okay, so you can see I have written three sentences. First sentence is let him, and then there are a bunch of options. In the second sentence, you can see make him, and there are lots of options. And in the third sentence, you can see help him, and I have given so many options. So these are all the structures of positive. How these are all the structures of positive? You can see between two verbs, you can see let the first one, and these are the second one. So between the two verbs, you're saying the object him. Again, you can see make, the main verb, and you can see these are the second verbs. And between these two verbs, there is the object. Again, you will see in the third sentence, help, of course, being the main verb, and these are the other verbs. So between these verbs, you can see all the in these three sentences, between these two verbs, there is the object in between. And that's why these are all causative structures. You have to remember carefully that in causative structures, there will be two criteria. The first one will be these verbs has to be in the group of causative. And which verbs are in the groups of causative? You can see these five types of verbs are basically in the causative groups. Let, make, help, get, have. These five types of verbs are in the causative groups. So this is the first criteria, that verb has to be in the causative group. And the second criteria is the structure. It is actually the main thing. And what is the structure? The structure will be between the two verbs, there will be an object. Both the verbs will not be in a side by side. As we have written in the first sentence, he has cut his hair. So has and cut, these auxiliary and main verb are side by side. So if you see any sentence having two verbs side by side, will not be considered as causative verb. And how you can understand whether this is causative verb or not? In the causative structure, between the auxiliary and the main verb, there will be an object. So normal sentence will have auxiliary and main verb side by side, and positive structure will have auxiliary and main verb. And in between these two verbs, there will be an object. So these three sentences belongs to the positive structure. Now the question is, how are you going to answer this positive structure? It is basically easy. So when we will see in the question, the sentence starts with let, and between the two verbs, there is an object. You can see him being the object. So when we will see the sentence starts with let, and between the two verbs, there is an object. So the second verb, the next verb will be transformed as base form. So the second verb will be in a base, or the second verb will be base verb. Second thing, when again you will see in your questions, the sentence starts with make, and again between the two verbs there is an object. So it is also belongs to the positive structure. And what will be the answer? When we will see make being the first in the sentence, then the next verb, okay, then the second verb will also again will convert into base form. You can see I'm deleting these things. So these two are the same. Okay, there is a huge similarity between let and make. When we will see the sentence starts with let or make, and when we will see between the auxiliary and the main verb, there is an object. And when we will see these auxiliary and the main verb are not in side by side, then these will be in the positive structures. And how we gonna answer that? When we will see let and make, then the next verb or the second verb will be transformed as base form. And we are seeing the answers. The first answer is let him go, and the second answer is make him work. Now coming up to the third positive verb, and that is help. How are we going to deal with these things? When the sentence will be started by help, and there will be an object between auxiliary and the main verb, or we can say between these two verbs there will be an object, so it will belongs to the positive structure. So when we will see help, when we will see in our questions, help being the starter of the sentence, and between the two verbs there is an object, so help. So basically it will be causative structures, and the answer will be, there will be two answers. I'm repeating again, when you will say help being the causative verb, then there will be two answers. Which will be these two answers? First one will be base form, and the second one will be 2 plus base form. So when we will say help being the causative verb, then how you going to answer? There will be two answers. The first answer will be base, and the second answer will be 2 plus base. Coming up to the fourth one. Okay, let's make this as black. Okay, so I have written four sentences. You can see now we will discuss about these four sentences. First of all, when we will see get or have being the causative verb, you can see the structures all belongs to the causative structures. Because between these two verbs, you can see these verbs. I'm coloring it as red, so it will be easy for you to understand. Okay. So now you can see in these four sentences, first of all, we are having got and had, and these two words belong to the causative group. You can see this is get. So got belongs to the group of get. Also, we are seeing had. So had belongs to the group of have. So we are seeing got and had, and these two verbs belong to the causative group. And the second criteria is between the two verbs, there is an object. You can see between these two verbs, got and these options, there is an object. He is here and the person. So we are saying that this four sentence belongs to the causative structure. So these four sentences are belonging to the causative structures. Now, what will be the answer? When we will see in the question, we are having got and had being the causative verb. And when we will see after got and had, there is things, okay? There are not human types of answers, human types of words. I'm repeating again, when you will see got and had, and after these verbs, when you will see there are non-human words, okay? There are non-human words, then the next verb will be transformed as past participle. You can see next verb will be transformed as past participle. This will be again the same. So there is a similarity between get and had. I'm repeating again, when you will see get and have being the causative verbs, and when you will see after these verbs, there are non-human objects. I'm again repeating lifeless non-human objects. Then the next verb will be transformed as past parts. And coming up to the last segment, when we will see got and had again being the causative verb, but this time we are seeing after got and had there are words belonging to the human types. So there's a difference between human types and non-human things. So when we will see got and had being the causative verbs, and after got and had or after these two verbs, there are words belonging to human types, belonging to human. Then the next verb will be transformed as follows. When we will see God, and after God, when we will see the person, then the answer will be 2 plus base. And when we will see had being the causative verb, and after had we are seeing the person or the human like words, so the next verb will be transformed as base. So this is all about the causative verbs. I'm repeating again, when there is a two criteria to become a causative structure. The first one means the verb has to be in these groups, let, make, help, get, and have. And the second criteria is the structure. There will be object, but that object will be in between two verbs. So there will be two structure, two conditions for being the causative verbs. Now we are going straight away to the answers. When we will see let and make, then the next verb will be as base form. When you will see help, then you have to answer, you can answer both base or 2 plus base. I'm repeating again, when there will be help as being the causative verb. So you can answer, you will have two answers. You can either answer base or you can either answer 2 plus base. Now coming up to the get and have, when you will see get and have being the causative verbs, then if you see after get and have there is lifeless things or non-human things, then the next verb will be transformed as past participle. And when you will say get and had, and after get and had, you are seeing the human type words or human examples. Then the next verb will be transformed as this. When you will see got, then the next verb will be 2 plus base. And when you will see have, then the next verb will be base form. I'm repeating again, when you will see got get or have, and after get or have, when you will see lifeless things, then the next word will be past participle. And when you will see get and after get there is human word, then the next word will be to plus base. And when you will see have or the groups of have, then and after that when you will see the person, then the next word will be transformed as base form. So this is all about causative structures. I hope that you have understood these things. And in my next video, we're going to talk more and more about other aspects of grammar. So till then, goodbye and take care.